Sir, for time being, I just added only four questions under the question bank of Commerce School of Commerce and Management BCom. So based on this, we just go ahead with the remaining process. So I just edit and show what are the things I done using this question bank. Net என்னடா work ஆக மாட்டேங்குது.
Connect my Wi-Fi. Off in your mobile net will slow.
It's visible or not, Ra?
Mm-hmm.
So I just so sorry, sir. I'm having some issue in my system. I just go ahead with the headphone system. So I just press on my screen. Sir, I hope everyone know about this. So in question paper, we have multiple mode of examination. So the MCQ, descriptive, fill of program, everything is there. So and then complexity, everything after we completed this process and main things group also we need to be mentioned here. So here I click the OBE. So we just mentioned that enable the Bloom's taxonomy and then course outcomes. Everything we mentioned here. So based on that only, we are go ahead with that question wise. Question wise mark entry. So once we completed all the process, adding that questions under the question papers, then the next process is question paper creation for along with the specific subject. So So initially it will be showing like this only. The screen will be showing like this only. So here we need to mention the question paper. What name we mentioned previously in that question bank. So you just type. You just select in the drop down and click search. So what are the questions we mentioned in the question banks that all are coming here. So as of now, for the time being, and for that training session, I just added the question papers. Questions only for 50 marks. and only four questions only. So if you have a multiple question, for example, 1 mark we have 10 questions, and 2 marks we having five. So like that. So how much the examination we are going to conduct, based on that we need to be scheduling the question papers. So for the setups I mentioned for C81. So for the C81 we are going to conduct for 50 marks. So the based on that I just mentioned I mean created the questions for 50 marks only. So once we uh, so once we completed these things, so we need to be move the questions one by one, or else uh, the entire question also we taken as a question paper from the question bank. So like this we need to be moved. Okay. So here you need to mention the question paper name. For example, if you are going to conduct a C8 one, for example, this one is BCom. So here I mention BCom C8 one means now the system is ready to uh, map the questions based on the assessment. So I already taken these questions, so that I just show that to you. So I already mapped that 50 marks questions here. So up to this, you people have any doubts, means please mention here. I will, or else we just move on to the next process. I hope, because everyone know about, because I already verified your system. I mean MBU login. Most of the subjects already having the question banks, but some of the subjects don't have the question papers. So that one I mentioned here, how to map the questions based on the question papers. If nobody have any questions, means I just move on to the next process. Okay, I hope nobody have any questions. So once we mapped the question paper based on the question bank, so the next process we just go to map the questions based on the assessment. Okay, so for that, first we need to define the examination. So I just mentioned only one subject here. So if you are mapped multiple subject for that examination, means that all the subjects are coming here. For as of now, I just mentioned only one paper for surveying and leveling for the subject. So once we complete the defense exam, the next process is manage examination. So here, so I already scheduled that one paper for the C81 examination. So I hope everyone know about that. While we providing the marks, before that we define the examination and schedule the examination, and we access the question paper based on the assessment. So once you complete the scheduling of the examination, here you can see for every subject, you can see here three dot. If you click here, means the drop down you can see link question paper. So if you are click link question paper, so what question paper already we mentioned, I said, already for the time being I just mentioned only one question paper. So that one question paper is showing here. If we have multiple question paper, means that everything is showing here. So we need to be map that questions along with this I mean examination. So here it's showing that the conduction exam is 50. So that the question paper I prepared also 50, so that it's showing as 50 by 50. So so and I already mapped this question paper so that it's showing as a cancel. But initial stage of that, if you having everything is okay, means here you can see a thumb symbol. For example, the examination conduction mark is 50, but you have the question paper only 49 means here it will be showing as a thumbs down symbol only, not a thumbs up. So we need to be add one more marks to complete that. I mean, we reach the 50 marks. Then only systems accept to map this question paper along with the examination. So once everything is showing as a thumbs up symbol with the green color, so you can see here map. You just click that map, so automatically that what are the questions we mapped in the question papers, that will be visible to the students login also. While we going to check in that assessment, there itself we can get that questions. So once the student complete the examinations, okay, the same process. Once we complete the, here we just map the examination, and then we conduct the examination, and all the process we completed. The next process, enter result. I said after complete all the process of the examination, and we are going to evaluate the paper, and the evaluation also completed. Now we are going to enter the marks for the subject means. So for that scheduling, we can see here serving, surveying and leveling. So I just click here. So here, usually if you are not mapped the questions based on the assessment, you didn't see the question mark wise entry. It will be not highlighted before. Once you map, I mean once you attach that examination question paper based on assessment, then only it will be visible to who all are having the permission to access this module. So here you just, here also we have a two option. One, upload option, and then one more thing is mark enter by one students. As of now I just added four students based on this course, so I just click here. So for one students I already mentioned the marks. So what are the marks we provided in that question paper? For example, this part A question, we are going to conduct as a 2 mark question, so that I mentioned 2 marks, the whole marks, but student only attained one marks only. So I mentioned one marks by two. So like that, part B and part C also I mentioned. So the total 50 marks the students are taken by 28. Okay. So here we provide one by one students mark entry. I said, four students I added here. So that four students marks we can enter here, or else we just you upload the marks based on the upload template. So if in case that students is absent, means here you have the option to select the present or absent. And also here itself we can check the student outcomes. See, for the first subject, I already provide the marks. So based on that, that Bloom's taxonomy, what are the things we mentioned in that enterprise, it will be showing what are the things students achieved in which taxonomy, that all are showing here. So up to this, anyone having any doubts? Sir, my voice is audible, right?
Dinesh, it is audible. Dinesh, this is Chakradhar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, please show that the second option also, download
Upload.
complete
Oh,
uploaded
sure, sir.
marks.
Sure, sir.
Please.
So here we have the option. So if we, I already mentioned, right, if we didn't map any question paper, means we don't have this option in this screen, only it's showing as a student download student list. Now we mapped that question paper along with that assessment. So now we can see in the screen download student details is questions. So question weights marks also we can provide here. So I just show here. So here I already mentioned, right, so I already provided marks for one student, so that it will be visible here. So in that upload template, you need to be you don't need to provide the student details. Already what are the things we mapped in Camu, based on that it will be showing here student register number, name of the student and section, which section he enrolled in that. Okay. So here, if student is absent means, so you need to be mentioned why. The same thing what we did for C8 normal mark entry, the same process here. So based on that, okay, so now it will be showing as a marks. So if we didn't mention any marks initially, it's showing as a blank with the student details only. So here we need to be mentioning the marks for question number one. We conducted that question for 2 marks. So for the 2 marks, how much marks student taken for that questions, we need to be mentioned here, like that we need to be mentioned. So the second question I mentioned as, I mean, I provided as, I conducted as a 8 marks. So it will be showing as a 8. So for 8, how much attained by the students, we need to be marked here. And up to the question force we mention here, and total marks also we mention here. Once we completed that I mean that excel work, we need to upload that template using upload mark by question. So if you upload means, uh, you can see this view history. Once that view history showing as a completed, so the mark will be reflected to the student as usual. What are the things we used for the C8 marks, it will be reflecting the same things. So once we completed, we can take the report here itself. In the same screen, manage examination screen, show schedule, allocate seats, enter mark, more, and then print. If you click the print means, you can download the download exam result, continue assessment report, the exam analysis. What are the reports you want, you have to be taken here itself. That's it, sir. These are the things we did for question wise mark entry. So Chakrada sir, anything else, sir? Yes, sir.
Dinesh, if we enter this question wise marks here,
Okay.
automatically the total marks will be taken as CIE 81 marks, or we should again enter the CIE 1 marks.
No, no, sir, no, sir. I mentioned, we
Okay, okay.
mapped that question
Continue,
bank
sir.
based on the examination.
Hmm.
Okay,
Based on the
please.
examinations, you
Uh,
can see here.
Hmm.
You can see here. I mentioned the C8 only,
Hmm.
and in that schedule itself, I can attach the question paper for C8. Not for
Hmm.
commonly I didn't mention, for particular examination only I linked that question paper. So
Hmm.
the marks are also applicable for that particular C8 one.
no, Dinesh, sorry. He will,
Sir, I didn't hear your voice properly, sir. It's in and out, sir.
okay, it takes, is it total marks or question wise marks only it is applicable?
Where, sir?
Chakradhar, your voice is
So
not clear.
Sir, your voice is not clear, sir. We didn't get it.
now, sir,
Yes, sir. Go
is
ahead,
my
sir. Go
is
ahead.
Okay.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Dinesh, what we are asking, once we are entering question wise marks, is
Okay.
automatically updated the total marks of that subject or not?
Yes, sir. For what happened is that without this, we just keep this question-based mark entry. What are the things we received for C8 one? For example, we just enter the marks based on the student enter result as well as upload template. What I mean reports we received, the same report we received for this question wise also. What we did, previously we just provide the marks, total marks, but now we split the marks based on the question wise and provided into the system. So for example, I can show you one more time. This total mark I didn't update. This total mark I didn't update. So I just mentioned this 2 marks, 8 marks, 20 marks. I mean the 1 mark, 5 mark, 12 mark, 10 marks. Based on that, system will be provide the 28 marks. So we no need to provide any total marks here. While we taken the report itself, we receive the total marks also.
Is internal choice also considered?
I'm sorry.
As it is 2 marks questions, 2 marks questions,
Okay.
there is no choice.
So I'm really sorry, sir. We didn't receive your voice, sir.
Whereas in 8 marks or 15 marks question,
Sir, I didn't understand your
there
question,
is
sir.
either or choice is there.
Ah, yes, sir. That also
Unfortunately,
available,
if
sir.
you entered
So
the
I
marks for
hope,
both the
yeah, yeah,
questions
I
in the
hope,
same module, is it considered?
sir. I hope this training already provided by Aravind, sir. I mean that question that uh,
Okay.
the either a choice question also training are provided by Aravind. So this if you have any doubts regarding this question based marks means I just provide, sir. Remaining things we just do it separately, sir. Because your voice is not clear, so I didn't understand. So if you have any don't please just call me. I can solve it in the call itself.
Dinesh,
Yes,
we
sir.
have conducted the exam without, I mean, prepare generating the question paper through Camu. Now we can upload that question paper, then we can enter the marks, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Before that, we just simply conducted the examination only in the CAMU, and we distribute that questions outside. I mean, outside of the CAMU. So we conduct
Mm.
examination outside, and the mark enter process only we did it in CAMU. But
Mm.
now what we did, we I mean we scheduling the examination in CAMU. Along with question paper also we can prepare in CAMU itself, and we provide the marks based on the questions.
Okay, okay.
Same process, only we added the question paper also we can generate in Camu itself. Before that, we just print out and distribute to the students.
Mm.
But now we just, I mean, scheduling the examination along with the question paper, it will be reflecting to the students. So in my Camu itself, student will answer for that question. So, and then we can enter the marks here.
Okay. Chakradhar, hello.
So I think he having some audio issues or
Hmm.
else network
Tell
issues.
me.
Chakradhar,
Hi, audible.
let us try for one subject.
Tell
If we
me,
face
Prasad.
any problem, then we'll try for one subject now. Maybe tomorrow. If we face any issues, we will contact them.
Okay, okay,
Hmm?
So
okay,
any others
okay.
having any doubts, sir, regarding this question wise?
Okay, I will check.
Okay,
Then
sir.
Dinesh,
Yes, sir.